Thank you so much for joining us. You heard what that juror said. I've been reading what you have been saying about this. You basically think that this case was overcharged.
It was overcharged. The prosecutor has a reputation for overcharging, and the interesting thing is by overcharging first-degree murder, she got a jury of 12. Had she charged second-degree murder, which is what would be the appropriate charge here, the jury would have been 6. And a jury of 6 is much less likely to come up with a hung jury than a jury with 12. So it was a self-inflicted wound. I also think when you overcharge, when you charge somebody with premeditated murder, when there is no evidence that he premeditated it, obviously, this was impulsive, you lose your credibility in front of the jury, and jurors are more likely to believe the defense argument. So it's all Angela Corey's fault. She did it in the Zimmerman case, she overcharged. She did it in this case. She has a reputation for that. The people of Florida ought to get smart and get rid of her, get a decent prosecutor in there, then they can get convictions, appropriate charges in these cases. She's also, I think she may also lose her appeal on the attempted murder case. It's interesting that the intent required for attempted murder is actually higher than the intent required for actual murder. In my book, Taking the Stand, I describe a case where one of my clients once shot somebody thinking he was alive, but it turned out he was dead, and they convicted him of attempted murder. And I conviction reversed because the intention has to be much greater. And in this case, probably the appropriate charge was assault with a deadly weapon.
I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. She may lose on the appeal, you said, of attempted murder. You mean the 3 counts that he was convicted on. Is that what you're saying?
It's very possible, because you have to show beyond a reasonable doubt that he actually intended to kill the 3 young men. Not that he intended to fire into their car, not that he intended to wound them, not that he intended to frighten them, but he actually intended to kill each of the 3 people. That's going to be a little hard to sustain on appeal. It's
so then what does that mean then? What does that mean? Does that mean that he gets less jail time? Does that mean that the burden for, because she says she's going to retry the murder charge, that it's going to be a tougher job for her? She's going to have to get a decision on the guilty on the first-degree murder charge because the other ones may go away?
No. It means that she could lose everything, and if she overcharges again and gets a 12-person jury, she may lose again. The smart thing for her to do would be to charge second-degree murder, have a 6-person jury, reduce the chances of a hung jury. First of all, the best thing would be for the state of Florida to appoint the special prosecutor, get rid of her, and get somebody who's a responsible prosecutor in there. But the charge should be second-degree murder and assault with a deadly weapon. Those are the appropriate charges. Attempted murder was probably not an appropriate charge. First-degree murder was not an appropriate charge. And prosecutors like her make it harder to seek justice for innocent victims of crime.
Mr. Dershowitz, I'm really up against the break. Is there a chance that he could not go to jail or could walk again? Is that what you're saying?
There is a chance.
There is a chance.
There is a chance that he could walk as a result of prosecutorial ineptitude. It's possible.